I guess they put a slide. So I just wanted to announce a couple of the special things. And
All right. First event at the chalk line. Here we go. The top two will go to the B main. Beatzer in the 4B up front off the turn number 4. Chasing behind him will be the number 95. Bill Warren as we shoot him down the backstretch. Ammon in the 1A in the number 3 spot. So Beatzer in the 4B opening up the lead up front. And he goes up in a puff of smoke. Your leader losing it down in turn number 1 as the engine let go on the 4B. So Warren brings him to the stripe. Here we go. Ferkel in the 0. Looks to the outside of Ammon for that second spot. Warren still up front. Ammon holds on now. Here comes Courtney, Jason Courtney in the white 9C. Trying to slide up. Ferkel again working on Ammon in the 1A. Whoa, look out. Corsa upside down. Red flag. Jason Courtney in the 9C racing with Ferkel, and they touched. Cars going into your A main tonight. We need to get some into the B here right now. Here we go. Ferkel sliding inside Ammon in turn number 3. Ferkel takes the second spot. So now it's Bill Warren and Ricky Ferkel, your top two. Ricky Ferkel trying to close in on your leader. White flag up, 1 to go. Final lap. Into 3 for the final time. Off at turn number 4, checkered flag out. Warren will win it. So we get set to turn them loose. Consolation event number 2. Green flag. Yellow. Yellow flag coming out. False start. Okay, let's see if we get a better start this time. We're green. Fry in the 2 opens up a lead over the X of Linder. And we got a spin in turn number 1, yellow. Okay, we're green. Top two cars pulling away from the rest of the field. Fry and Linder. Kevin Fry up front over the X of Linder, as Palker in the 57X going back to the pit area. So Fry had the huge lead here in the two. Your leader coming up on slower traffic, and your second place car of Linder going back to the pit area. So that hands the second spot to neighbor in car number 22. Your leader nearly a half a lap ahead of the second place car. White flag up, 1 to go. Final lap for Fry in the 2F, or in the 2K. Off of 4, he'll win it. Coming off at turn number 4, the 22 of Nick Neighbor will finish second. Wagner representing the All-Stars inside the second row. Dale Blaney outside of that second row in the 8S. And then Dean Jacobs and Chad Kemenah in row number 3. This ought to be good as we get set to go green. Green flag out, here we go. Blaney on the outside trying to make a run for the top spot as Jacobs collects row and turn number 4 will stay green. Dale Blaney grabs the top spot in the 8S, row in the number 2 spot. Third spot is Kemenah, fourth is Hepner in the 28. Jacobs with problems in the 34 as he goes to the infield and he'll stop. Yellow flag. Here we go. Kemenah trying the bottom groove as he slides up into second. Chad Kemenah now second. Third spot, here comes Hepner. Look out, Wagner takes a front stretch wall and he collects Stepka and everybody stays on all fours, yellow. And we're green. Kemenah hugging the bottom. Blaney still running the top side. Now Mock in the 1M moves in a transfer spot. He is up in the 4th position looking for 3rd. Here's your battle up front between Blaney and Kemenah. Now Mock takes 3rd away from Hepner. Mock into 3rd, Hepner 4th. Dean Jacobs trying to come from the back of the pack. Uh-oh, the Blaney machine now starting to smoke. The 8S of Blaney puffed some smoke down the front stretch last lap, now looks to be okay. Top 4 now pretty safe. Blaney, Kemenah, Mock, and Hepner, your top 4. Now Kemenah with problems. Kemenah stops on the front stretch. Yellow flag. Hepner, Schrader, Jacobs. Here we go. Cheney with a good run in the 27C as he's looking at Jacobs. White flag out, 1 to go. Blaney looks to take this one home in the 8S. In a 3, off of 4, checkered flag out. Blaney will win it. Mock comes home second. Third spot to Hepner, and Jacobs on the last lap. How about that? And we're green. Whitney in the 9 grabs the lead down the backstretch, but here comes Ivy on the inside. Ivy on the bottom, Whitney up top. Give it to Ivy by a half a car length. Then we got a spin down into number 4, yellow. Yellow flag. Okay, Ivy and Whitney. I don't know if that's going to hold. Yep, looks like we'll stay with it. Ivy over Repke. And nope, yellow. So you see, that's why the guys are awfully anxious on these starts. And we're green. Kelly Kinzer in the 4K as Ivy's off the pace in the 20. Whitney going back to the pit area in the 9T. Alvin Repke pulls in the 99. We're green with Kelly Kinzer up front. Now Mark Keegan in the 92 in yellow. Yellow flag. Green flag. Haney grabs the cushion and he moves up in the second spot. Well, it's Kinzer up front, Haney second, Keegan third. Fourth spot is Simons in the 96. So Simons in that black 96 trying to hold on to a transfer spot as Kelly Kinzer still leads them. So Kinzer, Haney, Keegan, Simons, top 4. So Simons, the one that's on the bubble right now, is Troy Vaccaro or Bruce Robinall trying to close in on him. Top 3. And Haney in the 21J. Look out. Vaccaro and Robinall spin yellow. So Simons in that black 96, the car that's on the bubble, trying to hold on to the 4th spot. Vaccaro in the 7T trying to move up to a transfer spot. Also Horton in the 80. Kinzer and Keegan battling side by side for second. White flag up, 1 to go. Final lap, looks like Simon's going to transfer. Off of 4, Haney's going to win it. Keegan comes home second, Kinzer third, and Simon's in the number 4 spot. Field looks good so far. Into 3, off of 4, we're green. Oh, look out. Shepard spins down in turn number 4. All right. We're green. Ooh, look out. Call. Collects Shepard in turn number 2. Oh, look out. Byron Reed spins it in. Jim Dayton goes upside down, red. Everybody playing bumper tag down there in turn number 3. Here we go. Neitzel, the 2W, shoots up in the second spot. He collects the tire barrier and up he goes. Again, a yellow flag. They'll get the green flag in turn 4. The 3 car off the pace. Michael Markey stops in turn 2, yellow. Let's get some laps in. Green flag. Oh, Lutz clips a tire inside turn number 2, keeps going. It'll be Gressman up front. Gressman your leader, Brian Smith second, Reed third, Danny Smith in the 4th spot. Yeah, we got it upside down in turn number 4. Scott Neitzel in the 2W upside down. Brian Smith, Reed, and Danny Smith, your top 4. Gressman with the lead over Byron Reed. Reed now closing in on your leader, Gressman. Smith, 3rd. Danny Smith, 4th. Now moving up to challenge for a transfer spot, the 85 of Dustin Daggett. Daggett mixing it up there for a transfer spot as Byron Reed takes the lead. Byron Reed now up front. Gressman second. Now Daggett's in a transfer spot in the 85. Shepard back to the pit area in the 92. So Reed, Gressman, here's your battle for third. Byron Reed now walking away from the field in the black 5. White flag coming up this time, 1 to go. Final lap. Byron Reed off the turn number 4, checkered flag out, he'll win it. Gressman will come home second in the number 9. Third spot will go to Daggett in the 85, and fourth to Danny Smith in the 51. Top 4 cars, here's your winner, Byron Reed in the number 5. Dukes and Wilson in row number 2, Jacobs and Heisong in the 3rd row. Okay, we're green. And Heisong's upside down hard on the front stretch. So the safety crew heading down quickly to the Heisong car down there off at turn number 1. All right, we are set to go, green flag. Dukes gets it crossed up on the cushion. Just about took Kane out. And it's Rose up front as... Oh, we got one stopped in turn 4. Okay, green flag. So it's Rose up front, Wilson in the number 2 spot. Utek 3rd, Jacobs in 4th. Rose, knowing the heat race win, very important. He holds off the 63 of Greg Wilson. Neumeister in the 11N back to the pit area. Wilson trying to stay close to your leader. Jacobs and Utek battle for the 3rd spot with Jason Dukes right behind him. Now Dukes on the outside up in the 4th spot. Jason Dukes trying to get that 4th spot, and he's got it. Halfway done, 5 in, 5 to go. Rose in the 6th, still your leader. Now Kane goes around Utek. Wilson closes in on your leader, Rose. Rose gets the better run off at turn number 4. Jacobs in 3rd, Dukes 4th. Todd Kane knocking on the door. White flag up this time, 1 to go. Final lap. Rose spins at turn number 2. He keeps it going, he's still in second. Wilson's gonna win it. Rose is gonna hold on for second. Jacobs third, Dukes fourth. There he is, Greg Wilson, your heat race winner. How about Bill Rose, 360 and holds on to second. All right, let's hope everybody dialed in a little bit better now. So we get set to go first of 2 B mains. Repke and Duncan on the front row get set to come to the stripe. They're there, we're green. Duncan in the 22 going to lead lap number 1. And Neitzel spins in turn number 4. Yellow. Yeah, we're green. Duncan and Repke side by side for the top spot. Ivy in the number 3 spot. Schrader third. Brian Smith in the number 4 spot. Daryl Dodd goes infield, comes back on the racetrack. Good battle for the top 3 spots. Duncan, Repke, and Ivy. Top 5 pretty safe right now, as Brian Smith has some room between himself and Horton. Alvin Repke looking to the bottom of Duncan for the top spot. He'll take it away. Alvin Repke, now your leader in car number 99. Duncan second, Ivy third, Schrader fourth, Smith in the number 5 spot. The laps begin to wind down. Repke still holding the point. Schrader still fourth. Ryan Smith still the number 5 spot. Ivy still looking at Duncan for the second position. Ivy going to try the top side of the racetrack, and he'll take the second spot away. Ivy may have found something up in that top groove as he now closes in on Repke. And yellow. So Vaccaro in the 7T down at the bottom of turn number 4. Pretty safe and secure. Brian Smith is on the bubble in car number 16. And we're green. Smith goes inside Schrader, trying to take the 4th spot away. Ivy up top, he'll take the lead. John Ivy takes the lead away from Repke. White flag coming out, 1 to go. Final lap. Smith trying to hold off Horton for the final transfer spot. Off of 4, Ivy will win it. Repke second. Third spot will go to Duncan. Fourth to Schrader. And fifth to Brian Smith in the 16. All right, your top 5 transfer cars out of B main number 1. Green flag. Shepard bolts out to the lead in car number 92. Todd Kane in the number 2 spot. Stepka outside of Rowe for third. 3 wide for that 5th spot. Give it to Lutz in the 77. So Shepard, Kane, Stepka, Rowe, and Lutz, your top 5. Top 5 stay the same as Shepard opens up his lead over Todd Kane. 3rd, 4th, and 5th all running together here. Stepka, Rowe, and Lutz. And Shepard, your leader's off the pace on the backstretch. Shepard going back to the pit area. So now Todd Kane is your leader. Kane with a big lead. Rowe looking inside Stepka for second. Yellow. Here we go. Jason Blond in the 5 going back to the pit area. So Stepka, Rowe, top 2. Lutz, Harrison, Utek still running 5th. Todd Kane trying to come up and get back in a transfer spot. He goes outside Utek and takes over 5th. So Todd Kane's back in a transfer position. White flag coming up this time, 1 to go. Kane going to come in and challenge for 3rd as Stepka leads him down the backstretch. Into 3, off of 4, checkered out. Stepka's going to win it. Rowe 2nd, 3rd spot will go to Lutz, Harrison 4th, and Todd Kane in the number 5 spot. Race fans, as they make their way down off of turn number 4, we ask you to send them off. So at this time, please rise and stand, make some noise as we get ready to go for your 30-lap main event. This is a co-sanctioned event, and both sides represented on the front row. John Haney from the IRA on the pole. Greg Wilson from the All-Star Circuit of Champions outside of the front row. Dale Blaney inside of row number 2, outside of him Byron Reed. Third row, Dean Jacobs in the 94. Outside of him, the 92 of Mark Keegan. We get set to go for 30 laps. When they reach the stripe down in turn number 4, we'll go green. There. Here we go. And a spin down in turn number 2. All right, now Blaney and Wilson will come to the stripe. They're there, we're green. Wilson rockets in the top spot, and now Dean Jacobs spins. Okay, looking good so far. They're on it, and we're green. Byron Reed looking at the stars on that start. Wilson again gets the good jump. He's up front. And problems again. Rowe in the 6, spins but keeps going, yellow. Okay, let's see if we can get one in here. And we are green. Wilson again with a good run off at turn number 2. Wilson up front over Reed, Blaney, Keegan, and Repke. Wilson flying away from the field up front. And we got a spin down the bottom of turn number 1, yellow. So Stefka in the 33, looks like the 77 of Lutz.
3 laps down.
Byron Reed trying to stay with your leader, Greg Wilson, on the restart. Repke 3rd, Blaney 4th, Jacobs in the number 5 spot. And another yellow. So again, it is Greg Wilson with a commanding lead over the 5 of Byron Reed. Alvin Repke now working on Dale Blaney for 3rd. And it ain't gonna be long, and your leader's already gonna hit lap traffic. And look out, Jacob spins in turn number 2, yellow. Hey, Greg Wilson's been unchallenged so far in this one. Wilson again opens up a 5-6 car length lead over Byron Reed. Blaney third, Repke fourth, Keegan in the number 5 spot. Greg Wilson in the 63, now catching the back end of the field. So Wilson putting the 96 a lap down. Reed now closing in on the 63 of Wilson. Blaney still third, Repke fourth, Keegan still in the number 5 spot. Your leader now getting in heavy lap traffic. Wilson and Reed side by side off at turn number 2. Wilson has the advantage going into turn number 3. Reed has to take a different line, but now closes back in on your leader. Blaney right there as well in the 8S. Lap cars side by side in front of your leader, Wilson. Wilson looks high, gets shoved up the racetrack. Byron Reed just about got him, but Wilson holds on. Wilson now trying to go to the bottom, put Dean Jacobs a lap down. Can't do it. Byron Reed closes back in. Reed on the inside of Wilson. Wilson by a half a car length. Byron Reed again tries the bottom groove. Blaney goes outside of Reed, takes over the 2nd spot, now goes outside of Wilson. Dale Blaney now in the 2nd spot. Wilson still your leader in the 63. Blaney bottom side, Wilson top side, off the 2 down the backstretch. Wilson holds on, now heavy lap traffic, 3 wide in front of your leaders. Wilson picks a good line on the bottom. Blaney goes way to the bottom around the tires. Byron Reed goes even lower. Wilson now grabs some space between himself, Blaney, and Reed. Greg Wilson now with the lapped car between himself and 2nd and 3rd place cars. Blaney now trying to gather your leader back in. Dale Blaney right with Wilson. Now Byron Reed starting to fall back, and we got one upside down in turn 2. Red flag. Mike Lutz in the 77 gets upside down. Okay, we'll see if Greg Wilson can hold on and lead all 30. Green flag. And a spin in turn number 2. That's the 5 of Byron Reed. And then he gets collected by another car. Hey, Wilson has been quick on these restarts. And Blaney with the good run off the turn number 2 and takes the lead. Wilson going to try and slide job back on the inside. Blaney comes back, get him on the inside. Blaney up front, Wilson 2nd, Repke 3rd. Dale Blaney trying to put the Sabo 8S into victory lane. Last beginning to wind down, getting close to 5 to go. Repke still third. Now Jacobs inside of Keegan looking for the 4th spot. Dale Blaney trying to hang on. Will he get to lap traffic? Just a handful to go. Repke trying to close in on Wilson for the 2nd spot. Blaney now going to catch the tail end of the field. Blaney dicing around on the cushion. Comes up to the back of the field. .28 in, 2 to go. Now Blaney getting bottled up behind traffic. Here comes Wilson and Repke. Greg Wilson, Alvin Repke closing in on your leader, Dale Blaney. White flag up this time, 1 to go. Final lap, Blaney trying to work his way through traffic. Wilson trying to get a run on the outside. Wilson goes underneath them. Greg Wilson grabs the lead back from Blaney. Into 3, off of 4, checkered flag out. Wilson will win it. Blaney and Repke.